Hello and welcome to the Screen Chronicles. I'm Colby. With me as always is Steve, and today we're coming at you.
Wait, hold on a minute, Colby. Let me grab my water.
Excuse me, right here, bud.
Yeah, no worries. All right, you got it? Okay. So today we're coming at you with a... Wait a minute. Hello and welcome to the Screen Chronicles. I'm Colby. With me as always is Steve, and here we are together in the flesh.
We're together in the flesh.
For the first time since we've started this podcast.
Since 2019.
Since 2019.
Before we moved out in our place in Erie.
Absolutely. You know, COVID definitely limited us from seeing each other in that time, but we were able to keep in touch through this podcast, which is a great thing.
But now we're together.
Yeah. Today we're coming at you with 5 things we want from Season 5. Look, there's a lot of things we want from Season 5.
Mm-hmm.
We just narrowed it down to 5 things today. I'm sure we're going to think of more. I'm sure you have a lot of things you want. But here's 5 big things that we want from Season 5.
Absolutely. Make sure to check out, we did do a predictions and some other things that we talked about as a longer format on our Season 5 predictions back when Season 4 wrapped. But now we know that Season 5 is ending. Or this is the last season of The Last Kingdom that they announced. So now that the season is ending, we want the 5 things we want to see from the show before it wraps up.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we, like Steve said, we have the news. The show is ending. Not happy about it, but we are sure that they're going to crush it. They're going to give us probably an ending that we deserve. They have not let us down yet as fans. Our expectations are high. But here's a few things that we would really like to see out of this upcoming season.
First thing we want to see is a big shield wall battle.
Oh my God.
We just talked to Levente Lejac a couple weeks ago, right now.
Yeah.
Stunt coordinator for The Last Kingdom. He talks about the big battles and how they did get away from the shield walls. They went ahead, change it up, and change the style so we didn't get bored with it.
I get that.
But now, if the show's ending, that's what got us into the show. That's always our favorite part of the battles. That's what we're always waiting for. I just want a 3-tier shield wall. I want it to just be
4 tiers.
4 tiers.
5 tiers would be great.
Tiers? 6 even? No.
No,
Ladders.
but a solid
ladders.
Yeah.
Start coming up. We definitely want to see that old classic shield wall, and I think it could make it really gritty too. If you do see the battle like from Game of Thrones, Battle of Bastards, when the shield wall comes around the guys. I mean, how scary was that moment? So I mean, they can really deliver this. You can make it unique still, even though it's something you've done in the past.
Absolutely agree. You know, the shield wall, I get why they want to get away from it. I mean, they did a ton of shield walls right up until Season 3. They got away from it a little bit in the final battle of Season 3. They didn't have a shield wall.
Yeah.
In fact, they charged with no shields, you know, and that was pretty cool. And then we had a little bit of shield wall at the end of 4, but that wasn't the kind of shield wall we want. We want, like you said, just like it's like an impenetrable fortress type, like
the first
very
time
first
you
one.
see the Vikings.
Oh my god,
First time you see the Danes in episode 1 of season 1.
it was one of the best.
That's what we want.
Or like the little shield turtle from season 3, like
The
when
shield turtle.
just like a,
Make it creative.
you know,
Get creative with those shield walls.
I love it. You remember that from when Skade was being offered to Heston at that
Yeah,
moment?
Little bartering
going on. Yep. So that's the number one thing we're hoping for is just like one more awesome shield wall, one memorable shield wall.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing we want. Listen, we got a lot of awesome Aethelstan. As a kid in season 4, we met Aethelstan. We learned he's going to be the first king of all England. Okay, and at the end of the season, we saw Uhtred is going to kind of take him under his wing. I would love to see some like almost father-son-like connections, or something of Uhtred that's rubbed off in Aethelstan. I don't know if we'll see it happen, or if we'll just see that Athelstan's already gained some characteristics, maybe that Uhtred taught him.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping to see like that kind of camaraderie between them, because it's not something Uhtred really wanted to do. He had other aspirations, but Edward kind of charged him with this task, and we know that it's going to have a big impact because we know he becomes the first king of all of England.
And obviously his other son, getting more on the religious side, his son Uhtred. So I think that would be really important for him to have that warrior son too. Even though we haven't seen Osbert, his youngest son, on the show yet.
Yeah, they're more defined in the books where his sons are. They kind of the son that Gisela gave birth to in episode 1 of season 3. We have not seen really again. We don't know where that is. Of course, if you read the books, it sort of seems like the Uhtred we had in season 4, young Uhtred, is kind of a culmination of Osbert and Uhtred.
Yeah, exactly.
From the books, so I don't know if they're going to bring him back. I just don't.
Yeah.
Be cool though.
Yeah.
But the news is that Harry Gilby is going to be playing Aethelstan, the older version of Aethelstan, but huge props to Casper Griffiths, the young gentleman who played him in season 4. Just like already seems kingly as a kid. So it'd be so cool to me that Uhtred like continued to play a part in Alfred's vision too.
Yeah.
By influencing this guy who's going to unite England. You know?
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool.
The third thing we want is Uhtred to take Bebbanburg.
Oh my god. Why would you want that? That seems like a random thing to want.
That is very random.
No.
But I mean, that's something they set up from the very first
episode.
And if they are planning on this one being the last one, if they are writing that into the show, we need to see him take it.
That's right.
And I don't want it to just be like a last minute of the last episode, him charging the gates or something. I want to see him take it. I want to see maybe him even older at it.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, his birthright. Uhtred and
birthright.
Bebbanburg.
That's right. No, I mean, that would be so satisfying. Maybe going in and taking Whitgar out or something. His cousin. I can see an epic battle there because Bebbanburg's such a tough place to get into.
Yeah. There's also going to be some fortress stuff. Maybe that's where we could get the awesome shield wall. Or maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I would really love to see him take it, and that would be an awesome ending. That would be a satisfying ending. Now, we haven't read all the books, so we don't know what happens in the books. So just, so you know.
Plus, they're also changing a lot.
And they're changing a lot, and they're ending early, so we'll see. But I guess they're still going off 9 and 10 to an extent.
Still going off 9 and 10.
But,
so it makes me wonder if they are planning on wrapping it like the books do.
Yep.
The fourth thing we want but don't want at the same time is just to make the show meaningful.
Yeah.
We were saying maybe we want everyone to be alive. We kind of want that.
Of course.
But I think for the show to really have an impact on one of these battles, whether it's England uniting or Uhtred getting Bebbanburg, I think we need one of Uhtred's bro group to die.
And not that we want any of them to die, but it would almost be too perfect if they all lived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not anybody in particular. Like, again, if they all live, that would be great. But
I would still be happy if they all lived.
From a storyline perspective, I mean, for example, when Beocca died, nobody wanted Beocca to die. But it was one of like the most powerful moments in the whole season 4, right?
Yeah.
You know,
episode 3 was so good because of that. We got the best bro moment ever because of that. Uhtred and Finan.
I think you mentioned earlier, to get a prize like Bebbanburg, there's definitely going to need to be sacrifice.
Yeah.
So I guess we're hoping that only one of Uhtred's merry men die.
We only want one, is what we're saying. We're not saying we want some of his group to die.
We're hoping it's only one.
Want
We're hoping it's not more than one.
A
too.
limit, a hard cap.
A hard cap, no more than one. And the fifth thing we want from season 5 is we want Edward. I want him to be a little bit more of a respectable king this season. We kind of felt like season 4, actually going from season 3, we felt like he had like the highest like potential out of all the characters to like develop into this really strong king and just a strong character based on everything Alfred taught him, right?
Yeah.
Season 4 kind of made him look, how do I say?
Dumb.
He just kind of was like, you know,
he wasn't a good ruler, and
no, his emotions were getting the better of him. He gave up Winchester, you know, he lost like the city, the palace. Like, I'm surprised, like, if they don't like have a trial or something at the beginning of 5. Like, are you good enough to be king?
I
Like,
don't.
if you lost like a Witten. Edward, I'd just love to see him like kind of get over that hump. He had his trials and tribulations there. Now I want to see him become like a good ruler, because to be honest with you, from what we've read in the books, wasn't that bad in the books. He didn't like, you know.
No. I think he was a good ruler at Kent too initially and something before he really took over the role of like Alfred. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean we've seen Aethelflaed is a great leader. She was a great leader before she was even queen.
Yeah.
She's queen. And then I have no doubt we're probably going to at least see that Aethelstan was a good leader, whether that's like a post writing they do as the show ends, or they just show him sitting on the throne or something. It's going to allude that he was a good leader. But now I want to make sure that Edward, though, also get his dues, because we've seen Alfred, his father, who really started this sort of lineage of like English leaders with Ethelflaed and Edward as his children. I need to see that son, all that wisdom he tried to put him in season 3, pay off. I want to see it.
I know. And in season 4, they kind of made him out to be an antagonist sometimes. Like in Mercia, he was kind of the bad guy, where, you know, he was in Mercia to try to stabilize that situation and maybe a little bit like work it to his advantage a little bit. Saw an opportunity. It really kind of, the fact that he was like getting jealous of his sister, those are all real emotions, you know. I get that, right?
Yeah.
And
you can see why he was, because she was better than him. Yeah. But now I just want him to be good. I want him to be secure. I want him to be in control of his emotions to a degree.
And Timothy Innes was even surprised at what his script said about his character.
Yeah, when we were talking to him, that's what he said. He was like, "Oh, I didn't realize that
I was going to be like the bad guy.
I was going to be the bad guy until I saw the show." I think he even said.
Oh yeah. I guess when you're acting, it's like sometimes you don't see the full picture all the time. Maybe you're like focused on your character.
Yeah, you see their character's point of view.
Right, you see the character's point of view.
And in the editing and everyone else's actions, and you see, well, maybe I was the bad guy. So.
Yeah, but Edward did make amends a little bit at the end of season 4 by charging Uhtred with that task of raising Aethelstan.
Yeah,
which is it's gonna be so cool. I wish we could get like. Because I know they've hired like another older actor, but I would just love a quest of Uhtred and him where we see those lessons being learned.
A montage.
The Last Kingdom montage.
Little montage, Rocky montage. So yeah, those are the 5 things we want from season 5.
We want a lot more. When as we come up with another list of 5, we may do this again. But tell us what you want. No spoilers from the books, please. We know that a lot of you have read the books through. We are waiting to finish the show first, and then we're going to get through the rest of the books.
Yeah.
Highly recommend reading the books.
Absolutely.
We've read through 8, and we love it. But we really don't want anything spoiled, so we'd appreciate that. And otherwise, please subscribe. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz. We now have TikTok, believe it or not. We're going to be putting little fun clips from the podcast on TikTok. And other than that,
it's like we always say.
Goodbye. And Destiny is all.